35 minutes. That is all it takes. TikTok's own engineers calculated the exact moment your brain gives up. They wrote it down. They tried to hide it from a court. We have the document. Last time, we ended on a name. Herbert Simon, 1971, the same year Brickman and Campbell described the treadmill. But Simon was describing something else entirely. He warned that one day, information would be cheap, and the thing it consumed would be the most expensive resource a human possesses. The promotion he does not earn. And the resource Simon predicted would become the scarcest of all. Adam's phone was not always like this. 5 years ago, it showed him what he searched for. Today, it shows him what keeps him watching. The difference looks small. It isn't. When Adam opens TikTok, he isn't seeing the same app as anyone else. He is seeing a version of TikTok calculated in real time just for him. The videos are real. The order is real. But the sequence, what plays after what, is decided by a system that has been studying him for months. This is not a metaphor. This is the engineering specification. ByteDance, TikTok's parent company, published their own engineering paper in 2022. They call the system Monolith. The math is not secret. The intent is. Here is how it works. The platform watches everything Adam does, not just what he likes, what he pauses on, how long he watches before swiping, whether he re-watches, whether he turns the sound up, whether he scrolls slowly through the comments or skips straight to the next clip. Each of those is a signal. Every signal goes into a model. The model has one job: predict which video, out of millions, will keep Adam on the app the longest. Not which video he'll like, which one will keep him there. The architecture has a name: algorithmic personalization. 4 technologies layered together. Collaborative filtering. Adam is compared to millions of users who behave similarly. Content-based filtering. Each video's features are analyzed. Deep learning. Neural networks find patterns no human would notice. And reinforcement learning. The model updates after every interaction. Slightly better each time at predicting what holds him. Noah did not study any of this. Noah deleted the app 3 months ago. That's all. The algorithm has, in those 3 months, lost most of what it knew about him. With nothing fresh to train on, the model degrades. In a few more weeks, Noah will be, to the system, almost a stranger. This is not discipline. It is geometry. The algorithm needs data to predict. Withholding the data is the only move it cannot counter. You have a phone in your hand, or close to your hand. You probably checked it within the last 7 minutes. Statistically, you did. Here is the part to hold on to for the next 12 minutes. The system on your phone is not stupid, and it is not blind. It is a machine learning model trained on billions of interactions, optimized continuously, and aimed at a single objective: keep you here. Adam will lose, over the course of this video, 15 years of his life to that system. We are going to count what it costs. We are going to count who collects. And at the end, we are going to talk about what to do, with numbers, not slogans. But first, the document. The 30 pages TikTok did not want you to read. In October 2024, 14 U.S. state attorneys general filed lawsuits against ByteDance, TikTok's parent company. The cases had been in preparation for over 2 years. They contained internal TikTok documents, research the company had conducted on its own product. The documents were redacted before being submitted to the court, but in Kentucky, the redactions were improperly applied. A journalist at Kentucky Public Radio, copying and pasting text from the filing, discovered that the redacted sections were still readable. 30 pages of TikTok's internal research became public. Among those 30 pages was the number we opened this video with. TikTok's own engineers had calculated the point at which a user forms a lasting habit on the platform. 260 videos. The Kentucky Attorney General did the arithmetic. TikTok videos average 8 seconds. 260 videos, played in rapid-fire succession, comes to approximately 35 minutes. The state's filing reads, and I quote, "In under 35 minutes, an average user is likely to become addicted to the platform." That sentence is not in a TikTok document. It is in a court filing. 260 videos figure. That comes directly from inside the company. Adam crossed 260 videos in his first session today, before lunch. He did not notice. The system did not tell him. Why would it? There is a second number from those documents worth pausing on. Internal estimates show that 95% of smartphone users under 17 use TikTok at least once per month. A warning to anyone watching this who has a child under 17. That 95% figure is them. The 35-minute threshold the engineers calculated is the line your child crosses during a single after-school session. The company knew this internally and built time limit tools that, by their own internal measurement, had a negligible effect on screen time. They released the tools anyway and publicized them. According to the lawsuit, the priority was improving public trust, not reducing usage. You are not being dramatic if you take the app off their device tonight. You are being on time. We are not, in this video, making a moral argument. We are reporting what the company's own engineers wrote down. The structure of TikTok is not an accident. It is the output of optimization toward a documented objective. But we have not yet asked the most important question. How much of your life is this costing? That number is next. So, now let us count. A U.S. adult in 2025 spends about an hour a day on TikTok. Add Instagram Reels, roughly 30 minutes, YouTube Shorts, another 15 to 20. The total for someone like Adam lands at about 2 hours per day. 2 hours of short-form, algorithm-driven scroll. We are not counting YouTube generally. Long-form video, music, courses are different categories with different mechanisms. 2 hours per day, times 365 days, times 15 years. 10,950 hours. A full-time job is roughly 2,000 hours per year. So those scrolled hours equal approximately 5.5 years of full-time work. 5.5 years. Not at the office. Not divided across small distractions. 5.5 years of focused human time. On a couch. Looking at a screen. Awake, but not present. And Adam does not only lose hours. He loses the promotion he would have earned with those hours, the focused project, the certification, the skill that would have separated him from his peers. We cannot put a precise number on that promotion. Companies promote on focused output, not on time at the desk. Adam has the desk hours. He does not have the output. One warning before we go further. The 5.5 years figure is for an average adult. If you are between 18 and 24 years old, the numbers in this video are conservative. Your demographic spends on average 3 hours per day on TikTok alone, before adding Instagram and Shorts. The math, applied to you, doubles. You are not losing 5.5 years. You are losing 11. There is a number in psychology research that sits very close to Adam's number. Almost the same. In 1993, a Swedish psychologist named Anders Ericsson published a study with 2 colleagues on violin students at a music academy in Berlin. The study found that the top performers had accumulated, on average, 10,000 hours of deliberate practice by the age of 20. You may have heard this called the 10,000-hour rule, made famous by Malcolm Gladwell's book, Outliers. You should know that Ericsson himself, before he died in 2020, rejected that simplification. He wrote an open letter titled, the danger of delegating education to journalists. He was clear. 10,000 hours of generic time does not make a master. Even his violinists, with those 10,000 hours, were not yet masters. The number described a cohort of serious practitioners, not a finish line. But Ericsson did make a precise claim, and it stood. 10,000 hours of deliberate practice, focused, structured, with feedback, moves a person somewhere measurable in a discipline. Adam has 10,950 hours. He is not behind Ericsson's violinists on time. He is ahead. With those hours, at a median freelance rate in his field, Adam could have earned over $320,000 inside income. Invested in a basic S&P 500 index fund, between $520,000 and $650,000 over 15 years. That range is not a forecast. It is the S&P 500's actual 30-year average return, with dividends reinvested. 10.12% before inflation, 7.43% after. Either way, a different life. He could have completed the coursework equivalent of 7 master's programs, earned dozens of professional certifications, learned, by the State Department's own estimates, 18 functional languages. He could have read 1,800 books. He could have, with focus, become genuinely good at one specific thing. Ericsson did not say, 10,000 hours makes you a master. He said, 10,000 hours in a direction takes you somewhere. Adam has the hours. He is missing the direction. Column 1 of the ledger. What Adam loses. 5.5 years of his life, plus the promotion he does not earn, plus 7 alternative lives he never lived. Column 2. Who collects? TikTok's advertising revenue per US user in 2024 was approximately $96 per year. Meta, Instagram and Facebook combined, averages around $57 globally. In the United States, higher. YouTube Shorts revenue is not disclosed separately, so we will not guess. The conservative total, roughly $180 per year per US user, paid by advertisers to the platforms. Over 15 years, that is approximately $2,650. Adam loses 5.5 years and 7 alternative lives. The platforms collect $2,600. This is not a trade. It is a donation. And here is where Simon, 1971, becomes literal. Simon said, "When information becomes abundant, attention becomes scarce. But scarcity, in economics, is supposed to make a thing expensive. Attention should be priced like oil. It is not." Adam's attention is cheap to the advertiser because there are billions of other Adams, all donating the same way. The market for human attention is saturated. Adam is not being robbed. He is offering. And the market has no need to pay much because the supply is endless. Adam does not lose because he is weak. He loses because he is trying to beat a system that learns faster than he can adapt. The only strategy that works: do not fight the algorithm. Cut its data. 3 levels increasing in friction. Level 1. Cut the data. Delete the app. The model degrades in months. If you cannot delete, use the web version. No gyroscope, no hover time, no background data. Level 2. Mute the signals. Log out after each session. No likes, no saves, no shares. Each is a signal you do not have to give. Level 3. Add friction. Phone in another room. Screen time tools as the external barrier, because internal discipline requires attention, which is the resource being consumed. Cutting is not the goal. Cutting is the beginning. 30 minutes a day, Spanish in 10 months, or a certification in 9, or $15,000 a year in side income. Pick one. One last warning. If during this video you checked your phone, that is not failure. That is the mechanism working exactly as designed. The point of the next 7 days is not willpower. It is geometry. Remove the data. The system loses you. Adam's phone was not designed to harm him. It was designed to optimize a metric. The metric is his time. The system that optimizes it learns faster than he does. That is the structural problem. Here is what we are asking. For 1 week, try level 1. Delete the app. Use the web version if you must. At the end of the week, look at your screen time report. Comment with what it was before and what it became. We will read every number. If this changed how you see your phone, Episode 1 is where the $450,000 leak started. Start there. And subscribe so the next leak finds you before it costs you. Next time. Adam's phone does not ask him for money directly. It asks for attention. But his credit card is working in the background while he watches. And that is where the next leak is, the one he does not see at all. You are watching the Dopamine Ledger. We count what your brain hides from you.